Jersey Maniac. Smash that like and subscribe button. Or don't, it's fine. Very slow year so far. Very boring. Before we get to the main point, a couple of things so far this year. I mean, the first and foremost is just the amount of stuff that's come out. Like, we're halfway through February, and like we've got next to nothing. And if it holds true, if Hasbro holds true to their release dates, which of course they won't, but I think no matter what at this point, like, we're going to get really hammered with releases in March and April. There's a lot of Legends, there's a lot of Joes. I don't understand why they couldn't be spaced out. Like, why did Amazon release the Diver from Joe's and nothing else? Why? Clearly they're in the country. Clearly they're done. Why can't we have them? The age-old mystery. Anyway, can you imagine owning a toy company and you're looking at people's comments online about your product and you see one complaint over and over again? Too many Batmen. And then you make a video of Frostbite Batman. Like, you take time out of your day to show off a translucent blue Batman with its stand to try to justify its outrageous cost. Just bold as you please. Do you feel as though that's a good sales tactic? Would you listen to your customers, or would you just do whatever the fuck you wanted and make videos about it? Interesting. I don't understand that line. I don't understand that man. The other thing, really don't understand, Hasbro would rather Asian thieves named Chen reveal their product rather than themselves. That's what they've shown us in the last few days, because a fucking real crap-tastic Star Wars Black 3-pack. We'll get to that, and since this is mostly about Star Wars, we'll get to that. And today, the Mad Marauders. Can't call them Slaughter's Marauders for some reason. Oh, whatever. The Mad Marauders. Repaints. It is bad enough. It is bad enough that they charged us a deluxe price for Slaughter the first time. Now they're going to try to do it again with the repaint, just by stuffing it with accessories both old and new. And I do not see either of the packs that we saw today selling well at all. It's like we have crested the peak. Like, we are of the hobby itself. We passed it sometime within the last few years. We didn't know it, but we did, and now we are on the way down. McFarlane's prices are getting out of control. Hasbro's have been out of control, but there is just like the quality of the releases is, and I mean, one simple thing has been true of business and selling product since people have been buying products. You spend money to make money. Easy as that. And Hasbro ain't getting it right now. Not even a little bit. Which is really sad. Like the 3 things that have leaked in the last few days, like it's unbelievable. Like, but the thing is, like, how did these leak? They just had a Star Wars stream not that long ago. This is a finished 3-pack, packaged, done. What are you, saving it? Like, for what? You think that 3-pack is gonna sell? That's the other thing. Like, who at Disney or Hasbro thought that 3-pack was going to sell? Because there is a 0% chance. They could have put another head for the second sister, which would have at least got some people to buy it. I'm not buying. You know what? At least then you're only buying one turd. Because, I mean, the repaint fucking... the hell is that thing called? Purge Trooper. Like, if you single carded that, I would have bought one. I like Purge Troopers. I have 4 or 5 of them up there now. They're cool. That one looks fine. I'm not buying a 3-pack. I'm not buying another Cal. I don't. Literally never will I buy another Cal. And I'm not buying a second sister. I already fucking have it. So it's ridiculous. It's a truly ridiculous release. And the people online are, well, I guess this is good if you missed it the first time. No, it's not. It's a shit release that should never have even been considered. Anyway. So now today, fucking another one. Like 2 Mad Marauders. And they just showed Joe shit 2 weeks ago? Finished product. But no. We'd rather Chen from Asia steal it. Put one on offer up. Just take pictures of it. It's fucking insane. The secrecy of when they reveal stuff is really lost on me. Like I asked someone and they tried to explain it to me, and it just still. I asked a Hasbro employee, and the answer still made no sense. So we're not even going to get into it. Anyway. So a few weeks ago now, I woke up to a Instagram message from Rexship, who is a good dude. Should follow him. Way too many of our people on Instagram don't have enough followers. Like, take a second. Like, if you see a good account, follow it. Search one of the hashtags and then go through and follow accounts you're not following. People are doing good work out there, and it's just going unnoticed. It's a shame. Anyway, Rexship is a good dude. So he sent me a message. He goes, you might have been called out on the Black Series Cantina Podcast. And I said, oh, really? He said, yeah, it's not direct, but I'm pretty sure it was about you. It's like, okay. So he told me where to fast forward to and listen, and sure enough. And I would have respected this call out if it was done with some balls, shall we say. Like, if you're going to call someone out, like, there's no need to be a pussy about it. Just do it. I mean, we're all adults here. It's fine. Like, if you really want to disagree with someone in that way on your own show without them there, just do it. Name names. Be a man. But they definitely did not do it that way. So, I'm going to play 12 minutes of this. And we'll pause it along the way. Because these guys, so this is Black Series Cantina, the Trusty Sidekick, and Out of the Basement. The Trusty Sidekick is just, he's never seen, I have literally never seen him dislike a Black Series figure. Ever. I think, out of the basement is the same way. Like they claim, like, oh, we don't like everything. Bullshit. I have literally never seen them not jump to a figure's defense on Facebook or anywhere else. That is disingenuous. Like, there's really no other way to put it. And I don't understand what good they think they're doing. Clearly, the theme that you will get from listening to this is that they cannot handle anything they deem to be negative, which is incredibly soft. Also, if you find criticism to just be negative, you're just flatly wrong. Like, criticism is someone's reality. You don't have to agree with it. That's fine. But that's not what they do. Like Mike will go on Facebook and downright insult people over it. Like, he'll tell you, go touch grass. He's told me before, go touch grass. Oh, good one. I'll get right on it. And I had a run-in with the Out of the Basement guy, and I don't even remember what it was. I remember going to his page, seeing, and he had just posted a picture like he's a baby. Like, he's like 20-something. I don't care what he thinks. But regardless. Let's get into this, and we'll see what's cooking. So this should start right around where they're talking about what Yakface posted after the last live stream.
That one is... Scrolling up. Oh, right. So he says, I originally was going to write a long article applying the 5 stages of grief of the current state of Star Wars toy collecting, but after collecting my thoughts on the subject for a couple days, it boiled down to me reminding myself of these things. Number 1, buy what you like, pass on what you don't. I agree. 2, natural selection will weed things out that are not successful. Truly successful toy lines endure because of character selection, quality, and value. Faltering in any of these 3 areas can lead to apathy and spending our shrinking dollars elsewhere. 3, don't take this hobby so seriously as to where it's not fun and more of a chore. I agree with that.
I agree. Yeah. So the stream was so bad that the biggest Star Wars Instagram page on Instagram, the biggest Star Wars page on Instagram, like, had to make that post, felt compelled to say, like the post before that was like, I have to think about whether or not I want to walk away. Like, that is how bad the Hasbro Star Wars has been now. Oh, for a few years. Like, the vast majority of the people involved collecting this line are not happy. Like, you have to try hard to find 3 people and get them on one podcast that are all completely and totally happy with Hasbro Star Wars. The scale war just by itself makes everybody miserable. The dead scale collectors can't help but comment on every post and, balance the scales, and when can we get this, and dead scale. Every fucking time. The Black Series people are really tired of getting crap. They're tired of getting crap they already have. They're tired of getting repaints. Like, it's just the same shit over and over and over again. And it's been made so abundantly clear, and yet nothing changes. If anything, it's getting worse. Like, it's actually getting worse, which is shocking. They're the one Hasbro team that continues to actually shock me with how bad they can be. So anyway, Yakface made that post, and, like, buy what you want, ignore what you don't. No, I am never going to do that. It is so fucking dumb. Nothing changes if you're quiet. Nothing. The only thing, there's a choice here. I want them to actually do a good job. Spend money to make money. Or just get rid of the license and let somebody else have it. And at this point, that is reasonable. Shit or get off the pot. In the end, don't take it too seriously. I mean, again, Yakface has the biggest page on Instagram. These three are on episode 64. This particular podcast is about 3 hours long. But sure, don't take the hobby too seriously, though. I agree. Folks, why would you even want to hear from someone not taking the hobby seriously? You want to hear from a fucking casual? You care what they have to say? So that statement is ridiculous on everybody's part. We're all taking the hobby seriously. If you're watching this right now, you're taking the hobby seriously.
But
Agreed.
It's weird that he came to this conclusion after a couple like really negative posts.
He didn't. The live stream sucked. It had nothing to do with negative posts.
That's kind of been my mindset, and I know like our mindsets for a while. Like even if I see something I'm not a big fan of, you know, I don't contemplate like.
Yeah, I feel like when people see something they don't like, they take it as like a personal insult, which is just wild to me.
Like their reads are really something. It's a personal insult. No, they want to buy Star Wars figures, and they can't because they're giving us nothing but crap. They're giving us crap or shit we already have. Over and over and over again. The hobby is the only time the hobby sucks is when there is nothing to collect. It's amazing to me that these three can't figure out that people actually want to collect.
That's a wild reaction.
Which is why people get the impression that, like, so our channel, Nate does the reviews on our channel. He's not going to buy a figure that he knows he's going to hate. Right. So, like, I think people get the impression that we like everything. Like, that's kind of a thing that some haters use. They're just...
No. It's just true. The haters. They love to say, again, any criticism towards them is from a hater. It can't possibly be true. It's just a hater. Okay.
Like, Basement Babies, they're hitting the pellet feeder for another pebble. You know, the little gerbil feeder.
Sure.
But we pass on tons of stuff because...
We pass on tons of stuff.
What Yak is saying here, buy what you like, pass on what you don't. I've never bought a credit collection figure. I pass on almost all carbonized figures, and I just don't dwell on it.
They're finding it difficult to think of things that they passed on. There's the credit collection and some carbonized. Oh. That's all you got.
Padawan, because
we don't like everything though. Okay.
He doesn't like her.
That's right.
Yeah.
Skipped right over it. What a figure this is too. Maybe we should do a segment later on talking about how, like, look at the details in the back of it, like the shoulder. You can see the shoulder blade sculpted in.
Right.
Look, absolute top tier figure.
What did I do to deserve this? Right. But this post resonated with me because the negative reaction kind of got to me. I was a little bummed out for a day or two there.
He was bummed out for a day or two about a post Yakface made. How soft is that? Are you affected by what Yakface says? Are you affected by what I say? Are you affected by what anyone says? Whoa.
And then, we filmed, figured out, and I was listening back to the episode on Friday, and it just really, like, it sounds stupid to say I agree with myself. Like, this doesn't sound smart.
I'm really smart. I'm really...
I am
so prolific.
Just listening back to that episode, I was like, you know what? Like, I'm fine. I'm chilling with my destroyer droid, and even if I buy 20 figures this year, I'm chilling. If I buy 50 figures this year, I'm chilling. If I buy 70, I'm chilling. Yep. I'm just going to get the ones I want.
Yep. Mm-hmm. It's all plus. If you only buy 20 figures this year, think of all the money that you saved and you can spend to other things. That's great. If you get 80 figures this year, think of all the cool figures that you...
Like, this is the mentality among some collectors. It's always these real positive Paulie types that, I mean, I flatly don't understand. Like, I don't I don't want money for other things. I would like to spend that money on my hobby. Can't imagine why, right? Can't imagine why I would be upset with shit releases that I don't want, as opposed to stuff that I would want, that they would just have to spend a little money to make. Can't fathom why anyone would have the reaction that we've been having. If I buy 20 figures, I'm cool. If I buy 80, I'm cool. No. No. Now, it is fine that they feel that way. No problem. You do you. To be upset with others for wanting more, that's the problem. That's the other theme that goes through this whole thing. They are fucking hypocrites.
That you can enjoy. Like, it's all about how you see it, how you spin it. If you only get 20 figures, like, I really wanted to buy more and I'm mad that I didn't. Like, that is the wrong mentality.
See? The wrong mentality. Mike knows best. Mike's opinion is the only one that matters. Anyone who doesn't agree with Mike is wrong.
To have in a hobby like this.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I can't even imagine thinking of it the other way. I can't even imagine, like, do you remember that one San Diego ComicCon where they showed a wave of credit collection and you could hear a pin drop in the room? If a mouse farted on Patrick's shoulder, it would have been this as loud as an earthquake because no one even moved. Like, these guys have no problem with that. It's wild. It's wild. It's amazing to me that collectors are out there not wanting to collect. They're like, oh man, I hope they show shit today. The fuck?
I also really think number 3 on Yak Face's post is very important as well. Just like not taking the hobby so serious.
Episode 64, 3-hour podcast, YouTube, Instagram. Yeah, don't take it seriously though. Okay.
I feel like people take Star Wars too seriously in general.
Absolutely, you know? But it's just crazy to see such like insane reactions to little plastic, toys.
Yep, they're toys.
Now we're gonna belittle the adult collecting hobby and call them toys. Wow.
See a figure I don't like or it's a character I'm not interested in, I'm like, oh, all right, not for me. And that's not to say you can't be passionate. Right. No. Obviously, we're all passionate. Yeah, but I mean, there's obviously a line, and I think that goes without saying that there's a line between being like, oh, I don't like this for X, Y, and Z. But more often than not, it's typically just loud, baseless, claims that people are just making stuff up, or it's how they feel.
You guys that follow me on Instagram, here, wherever, do you think I make stuff up? Do you think I've ever made anything up? Anything? Do you think I'm just sitting there like, I'm gonna tell everyone who watches me today on Instagram this? It's not true. I'm just gonna make it up. Like, what the fuck is he talking about? Who does that? No one.
It's not how it is, it's how they feel.
How they feel. And they latch more onto their feelings than the fact. What is the facts don't care about your feelings?
Right. So you guys are all about your feelings. Once again, fucking hypocrites. Everyone else's feelings are wrong. Our feelings is how everyone should be feeling. Okay.
Is that it? Like the fight we got into. Yeah. Like the fight that we got into with that person, me and Zach, where like they're like nothing new came out today. It's all repack and repaint.
Jesus fucking Christ. So we're gonna take the word nothing literally. This live stream, they showed a Droidica, which we don't even know if it's good because we haven't seen it next to another figure. we showed another Phase 1 clone. So there are 4 boxes in the mural art for Attack of the Clones. 2 of them are the same fucking figure. This one's just on the new body. So I'm supposed to throw out the 2 I have up there and buy these 2 because they're on the new body. I'll get right fucking on that. And a Thrawn for 2025. Like, they don't understand. There are no Black Series waves on pre-order right now. Like, does everyone understand how bad that is? What Jing say at this? We're focusing on the fan channel. It's basically saying retail doesn't even want our Black Series anymore. We've choked them with fucking peg warmers for the last 3 years. Like, they're not going to order more anymore. They need a break. But yeah, all's fine. All's well.
And I'm like, they literally showed off a Droida and a Thrawn.
Like, every
Those
piece of that Droida is new.
Are 100% new. Like, there's no reuse. And she's like, or that they were like, I don't know what it is, but they were like, oh, you just latched onto 2 things. I'm like, we only had, there were only 3 things I cared about, and 2 of them were brand new. So for me, that's a win. Like, even if you're looking at the overall thing, there were still 3 brand new reveals out of 10, 11. That's still a pretty significant a percentage of
3 out of 11 is a significant percentage. You really said that out loud?
Of things being brand new, 100% new, where you can't say there was nothing.
It doesn't even matter if it's 100% new. It just has to be new. Like, reuse in toy lines can be done and still be new. What they showed, like, that's not it. That's
New. Because that's just factually incorrect.
Well, I think I retweeted his specific quote where he said it was something like not one single thing is new. And I just posted a picture of the Droideka and was like,
what? Yeah.
Like it's not a repaint of the 1990 Power of the Jedi or whichever version it is.
And that's wild. The amount of people I've seen bring that up, like the person on your Discord who is like, wow, it looks like I was expecting them just to repaint this. The fact that you think
Like a
Hasbro...
separate line.
The fact that you think that Hasbro even still has the mold for that is bonkers. There is a 0 chance that Hasbro...
I don't even know what they're fucking talking about as far as what a 112 Droideka they already released would be. But they're missing the point. The fact that someone would actually say, like, oh, well, I just figured it would be a repaint. It's a reasonable assumption for literally any Star Wars Black figure released. The line is mostly repaints. These guys are laughing, wow, that's crazy. This is what people think. This is the expectation because the bar Black Series has set is gone. Like, we can't even see it anymore. But they don't understand that. They're just living on their little cloud of fucking happiness and positivity and just ignoring truth. It's disingenuous.
has the mold from 2000 for
And
anything.
they've never done that with Black Series. And I would be surprised if they'd never done that ever. Like a completely separate line from 20 years ago. You think they're just going to release that in the Black?
It's fucking 3. I mean, it has to be 3 3/4. How the fuck are they releasing that in Black Series? Like, what are they even talking about?
Series?
What if we all just looked over at our shelves and our farm boy Lukes were like jacked? And we just never noticed.
We were like, wait, they have been using the same sculpts the whole time.
The closest we've gotten in Black Series is the little triangle stands that they're using in Marvel Legends now.
True.
The little clear ones. That's the closest we've gotten.
That's because Black Series is trendsetters. Even though Marvel Legends had photoreal first and pinless joints first.
I hope they're not a trendsetter. all of the other lines will be dead in the next fucking year if they follow Black Series trends.
Or that one Indiana Jones figure that used the legs from the... was it Donovan? It was Donovan. He used Veers' legs. Well, it's the same character. It's the same dude.
It's Veers. It's Indiana Jones Veers.
Yeah.
Now,
But
sometimes...
that's it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do wish, only in those moments of like the super like negative outrage moments, I wish that like sometimes we weren't so involved in the community.
Yeah.
And I just want to like step back and just be a fan and not have such online presence. But that's what...
Then go ahead. Go ahead. Close your Instagram, stop your YouTube, stop your podcast. That's what you want to do, go ahead. Oh, I wish I wasn't. Stop. If it bothers you so much.
The channel is, and that's why I'm not ashamed to say, yeah, we're super hyped on these reveals, because that's the truth. Like, that's genuinely how we feel.
And also, the bottom line, the negativity is kind of good for engagement, so... TikTok views go up whenever,
That's not the engagement I
negative,
want, though. That's not the engagement I want. And I know, like, and some people...
So don't tell Mike that you don't like anything. Don't say anything negative. He doesn't want that engagement. He only wants you to go over there and fucking, oh, this Droidica is the greatest Droidica of all time. The Droidica to me is incomplete in the first place. I would actually rather have paid another $10 and gotten a full shield or some blast effects. Like a naked Droidica, it doesn't do much for me. They went out of their way to make it roll. Why? Who is actually going to do that? No one is actually assuming that a kid is going to buy this Droidica for $34.99, are they? I hope not. I mean, there are those people out there, but hopefully there's none of them here. You never know with these three. But... So they went out of their way for that. Just give me a fucking, like, a Droidica literally can be a statue. Like, it can let the arms go up and down, maybe a little leg movement. That's it. That's plenty. Give me the fucking shield and a blast effect, and then it would be good. But, again, we have not seen this Droidica next to another figure. Therefore, we don't know if it's big enough. They love to fuck up scale. It's what they live for.
Engagement is engagement, and that's how they grow their views and all that stuff. But I don't want to build something through just being mad at everything. Like, I don't have the energy for that.
Well, I'm not...
I've expended not 1 ounce of energy in this video thus far. Not that I really feel mad, but they would look at me and be like, oh, he's so mad at everything at all the times. Like, no. Passionate, sure. Yeah. But I don't think they know the difference.
Mad, I just post stuff, and then whenever people are mad, it makes stuff go up. So.
Yeah. I'm very thankful for our community. Like, the Out of the Basement community, we rarely get super negative comments, like hater comments and stuff like that.
I'll be sure to visit then.
So I'm really happy with the community we have. But I do think it's annoying because a page like Yakface, that should be like just a community, space for us to geek out about the stuff that he
needs a safe space. He needs a safe room.
Rumoring or the reveals. But it's dominated all the top comments. Always super, super toxic, negative. And it's just annoying to see. So
Okay. We're going to have to pause there for a second. First of all, when you use the word toxic as an adult, you're just a Ken doll. Like, it is such a dickless way of phrasing anything. Like, it bothers you that much. These three have never stopped to think for a second that maybe they're wrong. Maybe their way of thinking about it is not right. They just said all the top comments are always negative. Do they honestly think that there are people who are watching a Hasbro live stream and then going on Yak Face and posting about it, and they went into the whole experience saying, God, I hope I see something I hate so that I can be real fucking negative about it. Oh, that will just make my day. Please let that be. Like, if the comments are all negative, stop for 1 second and ask yourself why. Why? Because the line is fucking boring. Like, if you watched that live stream, this last live stream, saw that they only showed 3 things from Black Series. One of them we already have. 2 of them we already have. I have a throne. He's right there. I really don't need another one. If you didn't know that the comments were going to be overall ridiculously negative because the line has been that boring for the last 3 years, and they really need to fucking wow the fucking shit out of people at this point to get any of that to change. Like, if you didn't know that going in, yeah, there's... Like, I don't even know what to say. Like, it was the most obvious thing in the world. How do you not know that the line is just boring?
And again, there's nothing that says you can't have your opinion. Like, you don't have to like it.
You've done nothing but say that other people shouldn't have their opinion this whole show so far that I have played.
Everything, and we're not saying.
Come on,
that
hypocrite.
You should like everything, because there are things that we
just
don't like.
Why are you still here?
Yeah, it's all about how you express that opinion. You could be passionate and focus that passion into something more productive than just raging online about.
I disagree, because when you rage online, that's what might get some change done. Saying nothing, or worse, lying and saying a piece of shit is good, what's that going to do? How's that going to improve things? It's not.
Something that you don't like constantly.
When it comes to just action figures in general, there are more good action figures than bad action figures out there.
Fact.
Why not take that?
I don't think that's true at all. At best, it's 50-50. For every... What's a good one? The Night Creeper they showed the other day for G.I. Joe. Amazing. For every Night Creeper, there's a fucking dead scale 5 POA neon blue snake eyes with fucking pink decorations on it. So, no, 50-50 at best.
Energy from the thing you think is bad and focus on something that you do like, that you do really enjoy, that's still an action figure.
I mean, we all do that. We do. I don't know why you think we don't. Just because we criticize what we don't like does not mean that we don't praise what we do like. I mean, why is this a cut and dried, you're just an overall hater, or you're like these 3?
I feel like
because it's not politics. It's not politics. It's not paying your taxes. It's a hobby.
Do you think a part of it? Go ahead.
I think one of the biggest mysteries that I just can't wrap my head around is why people stay. There are a handful of creators, even. I'm not going to name any names, of course.
Name them all.
This is a family-friendly podcast.
I'm naming them.
But there are a few Instagram creators who just, like, they will say something like, not you, Zach. They will say something along the lines of, F this team, I am done. This is the last shot because Black Chrysanthemum is too short, even though he's actually to scale.
Even though he's not.
With on screen.
There's definitely some maniacs out there, that's for sure.
And then like a few posts later, they'll post the entire wave that they're paying to get early, and they're like, "Wow, look at this wave. It's actually pretty nice." But then the next post will be, "I'm done with this. I hate this."
And then 4 months later, it's like sitting on their shelf.
4 months later. So there's my little call out. Lots of maniacs out there. Just, I got it. But be a man. Do better. If you're going to call someone out, just do it. It's fine. It's fine. Now, let me see if I can find it real quick. I should have had this pulled up already. Apologies for being unprepared, because we have yet another real hypocritical situation here. So they're giving me shit for saying that Chrysanthemum's scale is wrong. Now, any argument that you can give me as to why his scale is proper, in both lines actually, in dead scale and this, any argument that you could give me, especially the size, the height of the actor, the height of the actor could not possibly be any less relevant. When you watch that show, he's shot to look bigger than the actor is. Wookiees are 8 feet tall. Black Chrysanthemum is supposed to be taller than Chewbacca. You have made a Chewbacca in Black Series. Therefore, the fucking Chrysanthemum figure is too short. End of story. Like, it is insane that there are any people out there defending that figure. Literally insane. That was Black Series Cantina's story the day I got the message from Rexship. So we can complain about the heights of these two. That's fine. You're an asshole if you complain about Chrysanthemum, though. He's accurate. Like, fucking unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Giving a little review.
Yeah, I'm like,
I love it when people trash talk Hasbro while they're sitting in a room full
You know
of
what it is,
Hasbro
Mike?
products.
I've had an epiphany. You know,
All right, that's good enough. Why would I trash talk Hasbro in a room full of Hasbro product? Because I want the lines to improve. How hard is that to figure out? You really need me to tell you why that is? Really? Like, again, you're trying to make this bullshit point, trying to belittle me. When it comes to Black Series, especially, they are the minority. They are the little teeny tiny minority of happy Black Series collectors. I am in the vast majority. I have never seen more of a mass exodus from Black Series than I have, or from any toy line, I should say, than I have for Black Series in the last 3 years. The amount of posts, I'm selling my whole collection. You saw like 5 or 6 a day. And now they've re-released everything so much that the line has no value. And that is one of the worst possible things you could do. Because when a line has no value, you get no one looking to flip it. Like, again, everyone says like, oh, scalpers they're terrible. No. Scalpers buy things. Do you understand that? Like, sales from the store are very important. But no one seems to think that's a thing. They're just like, nope, yep, all the collectors will take care of it. So Dengar was, like a whopping $60 fucking. Let's see how much his figure is going for on Amazon right now, because they re-released it. Now you can't see that. $12.32 and $11.99. Worthless. So should they have re-released that? Should they have made an archive at all? Nope. No value. No one bought that Dengar because everyone already fucking had it. Crashed the price of both. In 2023, there were 112 Black Series figures, and I bought 39 of them. That's nothing short of pathetic. I want to buy 112. Again, I want to buy things. I want to buy Hasbro product. I cannot when it's shit. Can't. What'd they do? Half the fucking releases were the bullshit things we already had on the Return of the Jedi retro cards. What new did they make for that? The fucking Endor guy with the beard. A new head for Vader. R2 was new, but then he was only new for about a month because they re-released him in the regular card. Because, you know, that many fucking... Wicket 2. Wicket 2. Tell me one figure that they could make that would actually sell well with 2 mass retail releases. Like, do you know how many figures that is? This year, so far, archive wave for only other countries. It has sold that poorly, was that bad of a fucking idea that now American retailers are like, no, not doing that. They're making an astromech from 35 Seconds of the Disney Channel. That's sure to sell real well. The 4th Paz Vizsla, sure, that one really gonna fly off shelves. 4 of the figures are just the new clone body with a little paint. There's a fucking clone in with Mace Windu. So instead of being able to buy, I probably would have bought 2 or 3. Instead, I'm not buying any because I don't need another fucking Mace Windu and I'm not paying for it. Why would I? Like 2 packs with 1 army builder is fucking insane. And they did it twice with the Super Battle Droid and the C-3PO. And that pack has so few pre-orders that they then pipelined that the Super Battle Droid will be coming by itself and repainted in a 3-pack. So again, 1 new mold has to come out 3 times. R5 again. R5 with pit droids. Like, that's in the pipeline. Who the fuck is buying that? Pit droids already came out in a box, so anyone who wanted them already has them, and we just bought R5. Fuck. The 8th Grogu is coming. See if I can find the page of overall releases. There have been 32 Luke Skywalkers, 21 Han Solos, 20 Obi-Wans, 16 Boba Fett's, 17 Vaders, 18 Leias, 15 Mandos, 8 Grogus, 7 C-3POs, 13 Reys, that's going to go up, 10 Ahsokas. I mean, that'll be 15 by the end of the year, probably. They just make the same shit over and over again to the point where the fan base downright expects it. Like, they're not being negative, they're being realistic. The only non-realistic shit I've heard is on that podcast. I'm excited to buy nothing. That's what they're saying. Like, I'm excited. I don't get it. I mean, I just don't get it. I don't get their mentality. I don't understand why they think that they are right about everything and everyone else is wrong. Like, to me, have your opinion. Go ahead. Like, I don't listen to that podcast for obvious reasons. I wouldn't have listened to this if Rexship didn't tell me about it. Because, like, this is just not what I want to hear. You know, like, it's disingenuous. That's the only real way to put it. Like, why would a collector want to buy nothing? Why would a collector be excited? Even about that show, about 3 reveals. There's no wave on pre-order. They're the only team that can't just show us a full fucking wave. during the fucking live streams. Like, why? Why? How hard is it? No, but there is nothing exciting in the pipeline. Actually, that's not true. I do want to see the episode 3 Palpatine. There's no figures from episode 3. I don't understand. No mural cards anyway from episode 3. There's an Anakin. But that's it. If you want to be positive about this line, about collecting, about whatever, you're more than happy to do so. But don't tell everyone else that they're wrong. They're the minority. The majority of people are unhappy. The majority of people would love it if Mr. Stevie could somehow save it. I don't know if he can, because I don't know where. It's one of those questions that I would really love the answer to. Who exactly decides what gets made? Does Disney say, you have to make all of this shit from our stupid ass shows that we have now and that's it? Does Hasbro say, we want to make stuff from the new shows and that's it? We're going to repaint this. We're going to re-release this on a bullshit card. It's going to go on clearance in Ollie's. It'll be great. Or is it really a combined effort? We won't know. We won't know who exactly it is to blame. And why is this Hasbro Star Wars like the only line where there's an overwhelming feeling that we're going to get repaints and re-releases just on a regular basis? Like, is the license that expensive? Excuse me. Is Hasbro just that cheap? Like, I don't know. I would love positive change. I would love to be positive. These guys think that people go in trying to hate stuff. I don't want to hate anything. Why the fuck would I do that? Again, the only thing that drives me is adding to this in every line. I don't understand why people would think that that's wrong or a bad thing. Because the only thing in our hobby that is wrong and a bad thing is being a shill, being disingenuous. That accomplishes nothing. Might get you some free stuff. Might get you some interviews with the Hasbro. I mean, I can only imagine what an interview with fucking Chris and Jing would be like with these. Oh, be nothing worth hearing. So sure, I mean, it might get you that, but not going to make the line better. And if you don't think right now, in February of 2024, no retail Black Series waves on pre-order right now, if you think that's a good thing, or if you don't think that is a real bad sign, I got nothing for you. Live in your little positivity cloud and just carry on. Make episode 65. It's a shame. It's just a shame that this is what it is. Like, Black Series should be just, I mean, it literally should be the best action figure line of all time. The first 6-inch Star Wars line. And instead it's just shit. It really is a shame. But until they start spending significantly more money to actually get product that we want out on the market, I don't know. I see it. I see it ending. Like, I do see them getting rid of the license. If they're going to pick between Marvel and Star Wars, they're dropping Star Wars. I don't think there's any question about it. Even though they have, a significant amount of parts in both scales, I just, Who's going to buy it? They're still trying to do things for these fabled new collectors. There are none. I got news for you guys. Like, there are none. 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 All those dead scale figures you showed at the last stream that people already had, they're going to sell like absolute shit. Because everyone who's collecting that line already fucking has them. Apparently, not a thought in the world is paid to that. Just like, let's just get this out again. The funny thing is, like, some people think they're doing us a favor by doing that. And it's like the biggest disservice that they could do. Because it literally stops people from buying the line in general. All the online stores, they're not ordering as much. They know that they can't sell it. They know that they could hold on to it for 5 years and lose money. Why would you do that? So yeah. And now it seems like GameStop is just out. Like, there are no more Gaming Greats exclusives. And again, why would they want more? What GameStop exclusive figures actually sold? Nihilus. That one sold great. New character we never had before. That one didn't go on clearance. The black and gold clone, that one was cool. That one was a real pain in the ass to find. That one didn't go on clearance. The Commandos sold okay. I think they all got cleared out eventually, but they at least, I saw a lot of people buy those. I think they did okay at least. And everything else was pretty much $4 on GameStop.com. And there was a lot of them. Battle droids, Knight Brothers, fucking, rocket troopers, jetpack troopers. A lot of figures that just did not sell at all. Because now this Gaming Greats 3-pack, it's going to be an Amazon exclusive. So apparently Amazon's next. Hasbro's like, oh, let's take advantage of them until they drop us too. Real fucking smart. Like, these exclusives should be the best possible things so that Amazon wants to buy more. You're going to be fucking stuck with a shitload of this 3-pack. I hope they produced 3,000 of them, because that's probably all they're going to sell, if that, at full price. At the outrageous full price that it's going to be, too. So no, like, the writing is on the wall for Black Series. Like, it feels like it's nearing its end, which is such a shame because there's so much more that I want. But as old as this line is, like, I have 3 shelves and change. Like, that's shit. I should literally have probably triple that, but at least double. And yeah, so I didn't get to buy enough stuff. Apparently I'm a baby for wanting to buy things for my hobby. Okay. Well, that was fun. Follow me on Instagram. Instagram is better than YouTube.